Our story begins and ends with Frank, whose hopes for life had long since sank. A man with no ambition or drive, you'd hardly know he was alive.
We have all the time in the world, time enough for life to unfold all the precious.
He spent his time watching TV. He had no job, no salary. And did he care? No, not a jot. He just liked to eat a lot. It started on the Saturday morning, much to his dismay. Like an itch he couldn't scratch, something he could neither see nor catch. A problem stirring in his brain, certain to drive him insane. He checked the lights, the lock on the door, the bathroom, the fridge, even beneath the floor. Nothing would quell that niggling doubt. Perhaps his friend could figure it out. "My friend," he said, oh dear, something's giving me the fear, a nasty feeling I cannot shake, like a dream from which I cannot wake." "Me too, I feel that grind, a pressure weighing on my mind. So what on earth are we to do? This misery simply can't continue." And so Peter came round at 1:45, but before doing anything, they had a quick brew. They checked their temperatures, pulses, blood pressure and sight, and whether the news could shed any light. Yet still it was all to no avail. Their already slim hopes were beginning to fail. But then suddenly, over a miserable dinner, Peter declared, "I'm on to a winner. I've forgotten to file my tax return. That certainly is a relief to learn." Frank thought for a minute, but that wasn't his plight. "Oh dear," he said, no, that isn't right." But Peter left to finish his simple task. "What on earth am I to do?" Frank began to ask. "I'm afraid you'll have to figure that out on your own. I've had quite enough of hearing you moan." With that, he slammed the door and left, and poor dear Frank was left bereft. In desperation, he jumped in the shower and stayed in well over an hour to try to scrub and wash it away, though what it was he still could not say. Alas, of course it did not work. He was about to go berserk. On top of that, to add to his fear, things had begun to disappear. At first, just small things, mind like socks, and then his precious truffle chocks. But worse, what made him really sore, the remote control, the final straw. "No! Why on earth me? I've done nothing wrong, you see." With that he took himself to bed, thinking perhaps he just needed to rest his head. But if Frank had at least tried to clean his room, he may well have been able to prevent his doom, because the thing that he had come to dread was much closer to home. It was under his bed. A deep black hole grew therein, the universe's natural bin, a creature of no definite shape, the mass of which nothing could escape. You see, the universe, fed up with his ways, his propensity to waste his days, had decided on a sudden whim, perhaps it best to dispose of him. And even any trace he had existed, apologies if that sounds twisted, but for being such a waste of space, he really did not deserve his place. That night, as he lay down and wept, that small black hole grew and crept right across the bedroom floor and took into it more and more, until big enough to swallow him whole and get rid of that apathetic, wasted soul. Where he is now, no one could say. Perhaps lost in space. Few would care anyway.
the time